the question that I'll be solving right now is called 1465. It is to find the maximum area of piece of cake. So let me go over what has been given. So what has been given is we have height of the cake, uh, height of cake, and then we have width of the cake, and along with that we have two arrays. So what has been given is there are like two arrays. I'll call it like H array and V array. So what the H array and V array represents is if we have a cake. So I'll take the cake which is being given in this example. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and so this is the height. Let's say the height is 5 inches. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right. So this is the width of the cake. Width and height. Right. So what has been given is in this, if I take the example, there are two arrays 1, 2, and 4, which will be my H array is this, and my V array would be 1 and 3. So what they're trying to say is in this cake, there are like three horizontal cuts that's been made, which is at 1, uh, 1. The second one is at 2, and the next one is at 4. And there are two vertical cuts. One is at 1, and the next one is at 3. So now the output. So the output is we have to return maximum piece size. Right, which in this case is nothing but this piece, which is for this example it is 2 into 2 into 2, 4. So this is the integer value that we have to return. So along with that, so one more catch is, let's say I'll call it as pitfalls. Pitfalls is it's been said that any element like like x belongs to h of array. Here x can be less than 10 power 5, and so same applies with y belongs to v array, and y is less than 10 power 5. So what happens is when we do let's say multiplication of x into y, we'd be getting somewhere approximately around 10 power 10, which is 10 billion, right? So and the integer value is being asked, so which is somewhere approximately around 2 billion. So that's one of the reasons we have to do a modulo of 10 power 9 plus 7 with the output, right? So this is what is been expected. So one more thing is as you can see, so even though the question kind of looks complicated, it boils down to I'll go over the steps or the algorithm of this. So the first one is to sort the H array and V array, and the second one is for all elements, for all I that belongs to H array, and j that belongs to V array, where I and j are nothing but indices of the array. So for this we have to do the x of I minus x of I minus 1. So this is the key piece of the problem, right? So this is the important step. So one more thing is, for 2 we have to calculate maximum for every operation on this, and in the end we have to return, I'll call it maximum as h max, and let me call it as v max. We have to return h max into v max. So this is what been asked. So this is what we have to return by doing a modulo of 10 power 9 plus 7. So so this is what, so one of the reasons we have to sort the H array and V array is, so we can put this in pitfall that elements are not sorted, right? So this is one of the reasons why we have to sort the array, uh, so that when we do x of I into x of I minus 1, we are basically getting you know, the height of the piece when it's been cut horizontally. So in the end it just boils down to you know, doing this for the array, for the two arrays, and then you know, just returning the size of the rectangle, which is in this case, you know, like we can call it like height into, you know, like height into width, right? So that's the size of the rectangle. And one more thing is, as you can see, for the first and the last element, we have to do a subtraction between height and width. So if you take 1 and 3, so this has to be done for separately, um, 1, right? So these operations 1, 2, 3 and 4 needs to be done separately for the array, because in this case for 1 we are not okay. I'll write the code so that you will be able to like understand this better, but this is all the algorithm steps are. So now I'll go ahead and start writing the code. So initially I will right, so I will use the Java arrays dot sort. I'll sort the horizontal cuts in increasing order, and I'll repeat the same for vertical cuts. And then I'll initialize two integers. So in this case this step has been done, and next I'll call that hmax is nothing but horizontal cuts of 0, and then int h vmax is nothing but vertical cuts of 0, right? That is because if you take this piece, so this is nothing but the size of the, you know, the value of the first index. So we don't have to like calculate this particular piece is and this, sorry, this particular piece is what is really happening over there, which is nothing but the line 7 and 8 in the code. And after this what I'll do is I will iterate over the two arrays, and I is 0, I is 1, I less than horizontal cuts the length I plus plus, and then what I'll do is my hmax is math.max hmax, and horizontal cuts of I minus horizontal cuts of I minus 1. So so this is going to I'll just expand it. Okay, I think that's kind of challenging. And next what I'll do is I'll repeat this for the vmax, vertical cuts, right? So this was going to be vmax, and so the next one is the other missing part is hmax is mat.max hmax, and so this part, right, which is nothing but height minus horizontal of horizontal dot length minus 1, and then I repeat the same thing for my vmax, but in this case it is w, which is nothing but I'm trying to calculate, let's say we have 3, right? So I'm trying to calculate 3 to 4, So in this case, the 4 is nothing but the width of the cake, and in the end, what I have to do is I have to return uh, hmax into vmax. I'll cast this to be long, and in the end, I'll do a modulus of 10 power 9 plus 7, and then I'll return this int value. Uh, this int value. So as you can see, so this has been done, and this has been done, and I calculate hmax and hmax, and in the end I return this. So let me go ahead and just ensure there's no other error. Okay, so there's one error over here. Vertical cuts to length, hmax and vmax. So let me go ahead and run the code. Okay, so we don't have any runtime errors, and it passes the basic test case. So I'll go ahead and submit this. Okay, so the problem was somehow I did like 10 power 9 plus 7, so that was not working. But then when I give 10 with like 8 zeros and 7, it works. I'm not sure, but yeah. So this is the solution for the maximum cut problem, and as you can see, the runtime is it beats like 94.93%. So if you have any like questions regarding the solutions, or if you have the answer to why when I did 10 power 9 plus 7 it didn't work, just write it in the comment section, and I'll be glad to rectify that and learn from the mistake. So thank you for your thank you for watching.